So what if I told you that by end of this lesson, you're going to be able to stand up over the golf ball, have a really simple little feel in your swing that's going to get the ball curving very slightly right to left with a good solid strike and hit the ball at decent distance. Now you heard me right. By the end of this video, I'm going to have you hitting lovely baby draws with something that you maybe only need to practice for 2 or 3 seconds in your golf swing that will transform the way you deliver that club and deliver in a way that's going to get rid of that horrible slice. So, what do most golfers do when they set up? Well, they get into a decent position, and then when they swing the golf club, they feel like they're trying to hit the ball straight, but in fact, we see that big curvy shot, kind of managed to get back somewhere near target, but lost a lot of distance, and very often it can even miss way out to the right. So, first things first, even though there's a lot of information out there about the golf swing, we need to understand what is creating the horrible shot, and more importantly, what creates the good shot. So, the golf ball sets off very, very close to where the club face points, and then the shape of the shot is the path the club is moving at impact, so the direction the club's moving. So, the club face, whenever you're slicing it, will be pointing right of where the path is, and then the path is usually working left. But you could swing from the inside and have an open club face and hit a push slice. But if we want to get you drawing the golf ball, we need to get that club face a bit more closed at impact. And ideally, we want that path to be moving more from the inside. And comment below, I'm sure you'll say, yes, I understand that, but it doesn't matter what I work on, I just always seem to hit that fade, that slice, and just that really weak shot. So let's understand what's really, really causing that. So when we look down the line at the golf swing, a lot of golfers make a decent move on that backswing, but they're really told that they need to turn the hips out of the way, which as I just turn my hips out of the way, you can see that club's going to move out in front of me, but they also then really pull down with the hands, which gets that club face opening, and there's only one shot you're going to hit from there, is that weak, horrible slice. So, I think a great way is if you can improve the wrist angle of how you control that and change the path with one feel, how much better would that be? So we're going to get that feel that as we get to the top here, you're obviously going to keep hold of the club, but you're going to let that club head drop down behind you. So again, look down the line. You're going to get back as normal, and then you feel that club head drop down behind you. Now, that'll get that wrist in a good position, but also once that club's behind you there, you can see the path of the club will be very, very different. Now, I think it can feel quite strange because it can definitely almost feel a bit like, once I'm here and that happens, how am I going to get the club back on the ball? Well, the body's not here by impact, it's much more out of the way. So what we would see, from there, club drops down. Now I shift onto my left side. As my body turns out the way, that's now in a very different place. Club face nice and square. Easy to get that low point ahead, which will get a good strike. Path from the inside. So what I would say is, if this is a very, very different feel for you, you almost want to hit a few where you really take the speed out just to see if you can change the shape of the shot. So you have that little practice, you're going to get to the top and feel like the club drops down behind you. Maybe do it 3 times. And again. And then try and get that feeling into the swing. Now the strike wasn't great, but could definitely see a difference in shape. We can see on TrackMan there, the path, 7 degrees from the inside, club face 6 degrees closed. So that, even with a poor strike, nice little shape, reasonable distance with no speed. But get that rehearsal, up, club dropping down, then you can turn the body out of the way. And again, another one just with a little bit less speed to begin with. Now, massive change in path again there from the inside. A better strike. We see the ball trying to curve, but 1 degree closed and 142 yards. And it might take you quite a few to get that feel and then gradually build some speed back in. And again, that felt, for me, felt more than I would want, but I don't really struggle getting the club from the inside. But 5.6 degrees from the inside, 3 degrees closed, 148 carry. And there definitely doesn't feel like there's a lot of speed and effort going into the swing, but really feels that once that club goes down, it's almost like that kind of whip effect through the bottom with the club. And then as we build more speed in, my right foot slipped a little bit there, felt the club go behind me, path again 6 degrees from the inside, club face 5.5 closed, and suddenly 161 carry. Now, and it will be very different for all of you. Some of you will definitely need to feel you take speed out doing this. I actually personally find this better as I put more speed in because it makes my body want to go a bit quicker, which once the club's behind me, I need my body out of the way to get the club back on the ball. So as nice as the feeling is, find what speed's good for you and then get some practice, rehearse, like I said, 3 times. And then go full speed. Just a little bit thin. But again, we can see that ball curving from right to left. Path 3 degrees from the inside. Club face 3 degrees closed and carry 164, even without that being a great strike. Now, just anyone interested in kind of the TrackMan stuff there. So that ball's actually curving to miss slightly left. Now, because I'm obviously drawing the ball, just currently I'm aiming dead straight. So I would then probably just aim that little bit further right, which with the movement would make my path look a little bit more exaggerated. But I still want that feel of the club going down behind me. And it's really feeling like that club head drops down. And we can see with that wrist angle there, as the club drops down, that wrist angle flattens off, even bows slightly, which is a much better position if you're going to draw the ball rather than slice the ball. So again, a bit more speed. And then because I've aimed a smidge further right, we see the path now 4.4 degrees from the inside. Club face 1.5 closed and 164 carry. And it really can be a dramatically quick change with such a simple feel that can, like I said, it's got to be changing face and path. And if you can't get those different, doesn't matter how nice the other bits look. If you're always coming back with the club face pointing to the right, with an out to in path, the ball's always going to curve from left to right. And definitely if you can get that feel, like I said, of getting to the top, feeling like the club drops down, as you've shifted, as you've turned your body out of the way, see that club's in a great position, then you can just keep going. And the more confident you get with that, you can just stand up, be nice and aggressive, and just hit high quality little draws all day long.